Shoot, I'm used to longer than a 30-second countdown. Cheers, everyone. Happy Saturday.
We're amateurs.
Troy was telling me when I was drinking, and I got interested in that conversation and forgot that I have to start the live stream.
We've never done this before, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not sold. I don't know on this cocktail. I will drink it, but
yeah. So I made us a cocktail tonight, like I do most nights, to kind of cheers you guys with and warm us up, lubricate, so to speak. And I used Nulu Amberana finished cask strength bourbon, and then I put some Demerara syrup and some
bitters,
Angostura bitters, and some orange bitters in it, and then like an orange peel.
It's the Amberana.
I think it's pretty good.
It's strange. I don't know. I think maybe it was one sip, and I haven't decided. I need more sips, and then I will probably like it. But let's see who's in chat this wonderful Saturday
evening. It's a lively
evening.
bunch tonight.
Chris Jenkins. Cheers, Chris.
Very
Torup
early.
is here. The Rye Guy. Got you a wrench. And, anyone that's watching, don't ask Troy for anything, because I'm the one with the power that does that kind of stuff. So ask for...
I just don't know how.
Ask Laura to do it. Donner Pass Whiskey. Cheers. Paul Bro. Cheers. First thing I've ever been early for. Well, congratulations. Cheers.
So he probably had huge expectations, and then we botched the intro.
Well, that's just what happens.
And had he been late, he never would have known.
Well, I have a tendency to struggle at the beginning. It's just, I don't know, every week. Hazmat Compton, cheers. Thanks for being here. Mr. Mom, cheers. Gandy Road. And lots of cheers and lots of happy people. Good Saturday for everyone. Zopher1920, what's up? Hot enough today? I'm a little jealous of your heat down there. A little jealous.
Or a lot jealous.
Jealous.
It's only in the 60s here, overcast, but it didn't rain.
Yep. Jeremy Dirks, cheers. John Wade, good evening to you as well. The Rye Guy, I said hi already, but hello again. Just forgot for a second. Bob Glass, cheers. Thanks for being here.
Cheers, Bob, and thanks for the samples, buddy.
Yeah, Rob Rhodes from Vermont, Niska. Nice to see you. Rob, Shitso Supervisor, missed you last week. Cheers. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and Vermont, let us know, did you win at the casino?
Yes.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm guessing not. But hopefully you had a good time. Mr. Richie J, hello. And, I thought I was caught up. Larry 3R, cheers. Dennis Trish, cheers. Mr. Richie J, cheers. Bourbon Baller Lee, cheers to you.
What's up, Lee?
Who am I missing, Troy? Jeff Drinks, cheers.
You got Bourbon Kitty, Peter White.
Oh, they're at the bottom. I'm like, I haven't gotten there yet. You're cheating. I like bourbon a lot. Cheers to you. And now I'm caught up. We're done.
All right. Welcome to the show, y'all. We got a great one tonight. If you're intrigued by the thumbnail, we are drinking the most interesting whiskeys in the world, according to us.
According to us.
And, you may think differently about that, but you're along for the ride, so I hope you enjoy it. We've got a great guest that's going to be sharing some whiskeys with us tonight. We'll bring him out in just a minute, but we'll do some housekeeping stuff first. We are going to do some giveaways tonight. The first one is for 4 2-ounce samples from our personal collection, and you get entered into that free giveaway just by typing hashtag bites.
Shoot, I'm on the wrong thing.
Just by entering hashtag bites. Again, I mentioned already, we're amateurs. We've never done this before.
Never done this. Every week. Struggle.
So hashtag BYTES, hashtag bites, to get entered into that free giveaway. We have our patron giveaway. If you're a patron of ours at any paid level, we do this every week. We give away a couple pretty solid pours from our collection, and once you win, you're removed from the wheel, so everybody gets a chance to win. Then we start over. That hasn't happened yet because people keep joining Patreon, which we absolutely love. But eventually, there will be a pause, and we can get through it all, and we can start over. Give you a chance to win twice. We have an elevated flight tonight as well. if you are
we
so
didn't even
inclined.
say what they were, but I guess they can see.
Yeah,
Two
that's
backbone bottles,
bourbons. It's
delicious.
the Backbone Decade Down that's from 2021. Just arrived in Washington at the Bourbon Baller Lee's store, probably within the last month. And I recognized that it was a strange label, picked it up, took a chance on it, and it's fantastic. FYI, last time I was at a store, there was still one left. If you are so inclined, go pick that up because it's really good. And then the other one is a Storytime Distilling pick that is Drill Sergeant Dunny's Private Reserve.
And it's delicious.
It's delicious as well. And then we got the Elevated Flight.
There. Just keep putting it on the screen. Eventually it'll be right.
These are all pretty rare or hard to get cask strength ryes. The Corbin Cash rye, Merced rye there is a pick. That was Bad Axe Bourbon's first ever pick. And we still have half a bottle of that left. We're going to share that with y'all tonight. The next one over is the old Dragon Bones Calibre, which is Oloroso finished, hyper-aged Canadian rye. That's from Storytime Distilling. Next over is the John A.P. Conley Limited Reserve. That's a cask strength rye out of Bogue Distilling in
North Carolina?
One
of the Carolinas.
And we got that in a raffle probably 2 years ago. And, you know, we were intrigued, never heard of it before, didn't really expect a whole lot, and that thing blew us away. It was probably our rye of the year 2 years ago. I'm going to share that with you. It's just really, really hard to get. And then last but not least, that last one is the Short Barrel Echoes Wisdom Pick. That is a 12-year MGP rye at cask strength, and that pick is sold out for a while now. Those are what you're going for tonight. And then right in the center of that image you're looking at, that Stay Trashy, that is the sticker tonight. A brand new sticker tonight. Anybody that super chats will get that sticker. If you're new to us and have never super chatted before, email us. The link is in the description. We've put it up on the screen from time to time. But we want to get that sticker to you. Kind of your reward for showing us some love.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have our name on it this week, but that's perfectly fine. We got a couple super chats. Jeff Drinks, Bourbon and Balls, thank you. Gandy Road, Saturday with Friends, and Bob Glass, happy Saturday. Hope you enjoyed your birthday pours we sent you. And most importantly, we have a guest tonight, and we have Clifton from Bourbon Bites. Let's bring him out.
What's going on,
Hello.
Clifton?
How's it going?
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Thank you so much for the invite to be on.
Yeah, we did a hangout over a year ago now, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Had a great time, and we've been itching to get you back on. We had initially set this up as a trash pallet challenge. The guy you were going to go up against, or the channel you were going to go up against, backed out. They heard it was you, and they just didn't think they could hang.
I don't blame them. I'll be honest.
And we just couldn't pass up the opportunity to have you back on the channel again. So we did the old pivot, and here we are, drinking some interesting whiskeys.
I'm excited. I saw the samples come in, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I've had any of these. I mean, some of them are single barrels, so I've obviously not had those, but the other ones I've never had either, so I'm really excited to try them.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit backstage before we started the live stream, and I'm very excited about everything that you've sent us as well. I've had one of these whiskeys before, obviously a different single barrel, but the rest of them are all brand new to me.
Awesome.
Couldn't be happier to try them.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna get caught up in chat again, and then maybe we can drink some whiskey.
Heck yeah.
Jeremy Dirks, thanks for the super chat. Rob, gotta have the sticker, of course. Thanks for the super chat.
Rob, you missed 2 stickers last week.
Yeah, we gave away 2 last week. Scotty, happy Saturday to you as well. Whiskey Shaman is here. Cheers. Who else showed up?
Northwest Bourbon.
Northwest Bourbon. It's mighty early for you. Thanks for being here. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Cheers. Artfully Bourbon. Scott. Cheers to you.
Heck yeah.
And
Bourbon Drop.
Bourbon Drop. Cheers, Myron. Top Dog. I'll be in a few. Stephen Scone Shelf Sippers. Cheers. And now we're caught up. Now we can drink some whiskey.
Heck yeah. Do you have a control pour, Clifton, or are you just going at it Cold turkey.
Honestly, I don't, but it's okay. I've not had any bourbon today. I'll be honest. I've been drinking. We had a beautiful day here in Southern California, so I've been on the beach. So it's been beer and cocktails and seltzers. But guess what? This will be the first whiskey of the night, so should still be fun.
Gosh, I want a nice hot beach to go
I know.
to.
It's honestly the weather here. Like this is the first like day that feels like summer, so I had to take advantage of it. I was like, I got to stream later, but you know what? I can spend a few hours on the beach before.
And you're in the LA area, right?
Yes, Los Angeles area.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to the beach here in a couple weeks. We're gonna have a much different experience
Might be like 50 degrees.
than what you're having. We're gonna be on the Oregon coast.
I mean, listen. The first time I went to San Francisco, we went in like March, and that was a big mistake because we were like, "Oh, it's the beach," and then we realized, "Oh, it's freezing." Like we literally had our heavy jackets on, but it was still really pretty. But like, it was definitely not the beach experience I was expecting.
Yeah, I went to college in San Francisco, and I don't know what month is the best to go because in the summer it's more foggy and cold, and October was usually pretty nice.
Yeah, I think I went
but
in
not
September.
hot. Definitely not hot.
Yeah, I think the second trip I went in September. We went to Alcatraz and it was beautiful. So like, yeah, I love visiting then.
Yeah, but it's definitely not the same as more south.
Yeah. Scotty, I agree. The Oregon coast is beautiful, but we don't typically get warm here in the Pacific Northwest till after the 4th of July. That's kind of like when summer for us officially begins. 4th of July is hit or miss rain, and then the next day is usually when the heat wave starts. So we're going a little bit early.
Wave, it's like high 70s, you know.
Yeah. And we live inland. We're in the valley, kind of. Out at the coast, it's usually 20 to 25 degrees cooler than here. So when we're 75, 80 here, they're full on in the 60s.
Yeah, I lived in the valley out here in Southern California, like the San Fernando Valley, and it's the exact same thing. It's like it's so hot in the valley, and you go to the beach, and it's a little bit cooler. Which here it's nice because in the valley it goes over 100, and it's just crazy.
Well, Jeremy, wherever you are, Jeremy, you had some nice hot weather as well. 90 yesterday, 87 today. Dang.
Yeah, California as well. Not sure exactly which part of California.
Somewhere warm. Sounds wonderful. Okay, let's have some whiskey.
Yeah, and just as we're pouring these, and do you recommend pouring them A, B, C, D, E, or?
Yes, yeah. That was the thought. So I sent them blind, but I wasn't sure if we were doing blind. So we revealed already to each other what we're drinking. So yeah, I would go A, B, C, D, E for sure.
Okay. For you, I would start with the master pick.
Okay.
Oh,
Now tell me about this. I'm not familiar with the name. What is Master Pick?
Okay, so Master Pick, they're actually a barrel picking group. I believe out of like the Georgia area, because that seems to be Georgia, Alabama. That seems to be where most of their bottles are. But they do sell them in the liquor stores there. They're bottled at Bull Run in Portland.
Okay.
And it's a 15-year-old American whiskey, and I believe the rumor is that this is Beam distillate.
Ooh, okay.
Because it is I believe it says Kentucky on there somewhere, but it's crazy expensive. It's like $115 for this bottle.
Gotcha.
And the reason I sent it to you.
Oh, go ahead.
Interesting to us. I can go to Bull Run and get a 15-year American whiskey at Bull Run for like $45.
Mm-hmm.
Same stuff. So I don't understand the markup on this thing.
So I'm gonna check out the QR code, see if it brings me anywhere.
It is great whiskey though.
I was wondering if it's the same. I know for like a few years back there was like a 15-year Jim Beam that was kind of circulating the market. There were a lot of like independent barrelings or bottlings of it. So is this part of that, or was this something just unique to itself?
I believe
not sure.
I believe it's the same. They were like Beam had distilled this stuff and then put it in totes and didn't really. Right. I don't think Beam released any of it. They don't think they knew what they wanted to do with it, so they sold it all.
Gotcha. Okay. So I've had not this particular version of it, but I have had a version of this before. So, and I remember really liking it. So thank you again for sharing it.
Yeah, and now we're drinking Single Cask Nation bourbon.
Oh yes. Oh, do you want to learn about that one? Okay. I gave you a very vague description. Okay. So Single Cask Nation, they're mostly Scotch. Like, that's kind of their thing. They also do some rums, some American whiskeys, but they're mostly known for Scotch. This one actually is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is from an undisclosed distillery that had a big fire back in the 90s.
Okay.
Unofficially. You see the label right here. So this is a 24-year-old bourbon. So they actually aged it for...
Schmill.
Something. That sounds pretty familiar. Yeah. So... It was distilled in Kentucky, but partially aged in Scotland. So it comes in at 47.4% ABV.
Well, that is interesting that they would ship it over there and then ship it back over here.
Yeah, it's one of the last remaining. It's one of the last remaining pre-fire Schmeven Schmills.
The Rye Guy says Venmo for 2 ducks and my sticker. Well, thank you for the ducks.
What? Yep. Just came across.
Well, this smells delicious.
Yeah. So you said 24-year?
Yeah, 24-year, but a lot of that was aged in Scotland, so it's not going to come across like a 24-year bourbon. It's not going to be that super oaky, rich flavor. Because the climate in Scotland is a lot more mild. So it's like kind of ages like a Scotch, but it is in new American oak barrels like any other bourbon.
Yeah, I definitely am picking up the barrel spice and that nice oak note. This is pretty tasty.
Did you taste it?
Yes.
Okay. It's very unique tasting. Probably because of it being so old but not aged as quickly, I guess is the right word. It's got a lot of that kind of vanilla type. I really like it. It's really good.
Yeah, so my fear with an old age statement like that is that the oak turns bitter or musty.
Right.
This
in Kentucky,
aging,
for sure.
Yes, this aging in a cooler climate, I think it really helped this out a lot. I like this. This is really good.
I just thought I saw the topic for tonight, the most interesting whiskeys in the world, and I think this is one of the most interesting bottles I have. So I'm happy to share it with y'all.
Yeah, that is. Thank you. That is wonderful.
I see C.A. Scotty's asking, was it aged in a used barrel went to Scotland? No, it stayed in its original barrel.
Scotty's on the hunt for one now.
Yeah, this came out a couple years back. Price-wise, this is honestly one of the more expensive bottles I bought. Listen, I don't spend a lot of money on bottles very often, but I think this one was around $300.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that if I had paid $300 for this and it tasted this good.
Yeah, it's just unique. It's something that I've never seen before. Having the opportunity to buy it, I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. There's only 1,200 bottles made of it, and that was it. So.
Wow. Does it have a glass top as well?
Yeah, it's an interesting. So it's a glass top. They typically do this with their releases. And the funny thing is, you don't pull straight up on it. I learned that lesson the hard way because it won't come out. You have to like tilt it sideways, and then you can pull it out. People were so confused when this came out. Like, how do I open it? But it's gonna tilt it sideways a bit.
Yeah, I think the only bottle we've ever had with a glass topper was the Penelope Rosé cask. And
oh, okay. I had that one, but I don't remember if I had the glass top version. I must have just had a regular one.
Yeah, I think the first release for sure, and maybe the second had the glass topper. But if you put it in like right after you poured, it would push itself back out.
Oh, interesting.
So the liquid in it wouldn't stick right. I hate that topper. It looks really nice though. It's very fancy, but it's a pain in the
I will say this 15-year American whiskey, it's familiar to me because I've had that supposed Jim Beam, but it's really good. I think the issue, like you said, is the price, right? There were some brands that put this out there really, really high. There were other brands that put it out there at like, $120, $140. Like, So it's interesting to try it at different price points. I think it's all the same juice. It just is the matter of like the blend or how it came out as like a single barrel or what. But this is really nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and this is the bottle, in case anyone hasn't seen it before. Got a nice little cowboy hat with an American flag on it.
Okay.
Yeah, master pick.
And there it goes.
No, it's not broken.
At least I got some before that happened. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's almost gone anyway. It would probably survive the fall, maybe. The carpet down there.
And just a quick reminder to everybody watching at home, if you want free whiskey, type in #bites. We've got 22 entries, 44 people watching right now. So we're only batting about 500 on the free giveaway. 4 2-ounce samples from our collection.
Oh, see? Donner Pass Whiskey says, by the time I got a glass stopper bottle, Bruichladdich 18, I had seen enough YouTube videos to teach me how to get it off.
Okay, good for you. I didn't. I had to figure it out myself.
Yeah, I feel like the hyper age statement on this and the fact that it was aged somewhere other than Kentucky, I have a hard time picking up like classic Heaven Hill notes in this.
And I honestly haven't had it in a minute, so I'm going to pour myself a little bit because the reason this was top of mind because my local store just came out with a very similar product. It's a 15-year Kentucky bourbon that also spent 11 years in Scotland. So haven't quite picked that one up yet, but I feel like that would be a fun one compared to this one. I don't know the distillery of that one. I think it might be Beam. I could be wrong. So I thought I would like to compare these two because I know people like the pre-fire Heaven Hill like is pretty popular just in general. So this is a different take on it being aged in Scotland, but it's still a fun chance to try it.
Yeah, and it's very good. I would think that more brands should do this because it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Expensive.
Because I mean, it could still be considered a bourbon, right? Like it's like as long as it's made and bottled or barreled in America, you can ship it nowhere where you want, and you can still call it a bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like, say one of these parent companies has their American Kentucky distillery distill and barrel something, and then you pay the tax on it that one time. If they ship it immediately overseas to age, you kind of bypass the tax on that every year after that, wouldn't you? Or would you have to pay it all when you import it back?
See, I don't know much about the law, but now there might be tariffs involved now, so I don't follow that side of things. I just know when I can pay for a good bottle.
Still might be cheaper than the actual
maybe
annual
I know.
tax
Yeah, I know
on
the
it.
taxes are crazy per year,
Especially on a 24-year.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I mean, what was the Jeffersons? Was it Singapore? They aged that one in, and that was a completely different take on it because it's super
Aged
hot
in
and humid.
humidity.
Yeah, but that was delicious as well. So maybe more these companies need to try aging it in different places.
Mm-hmm.
And see what good stuff comes from it. Or it'd probably just be expensive whiskey that would be about the same.
I mean, we see a lot of that domestically. We see whiskey distilled in like Indiana or whatever, shipped to Las Vegas or whatever, and like we tell that there's a difference based on the climate it's aged in. So why not go further? Why not get it out to Alaska? Not that I'm recommending that, but it'd be curious to see what a whiskey would do in Alaska.
It tastes like it still like you just
Just
it.
new
Probably
make.
like 20 years later, you're like, there's no flavor in this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jefferson's aged in a trash can.
I can see Lee is a big fan of the Jeffersons.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we bought that Jefferson's Tropics bottle fully intending to just trash on it in our review because it's such a gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their whole product line is a gimmick, aged at sea and whatnot.
And then we liked it.
And we poured it up, and we fresh cracked it and poured it during the video review, and it floored us how good it was. I mean, it's not like blow your socks off good, but it's like legit good. I was not mad at that purchase at all. And the aged in humidity thing, such a gimmick, but it worked for them.
Yeah. I think there's a few.
Yeah,
people that
I
didn't
kind of
say
felt
hi
the same
to.
about Jefferson's. I've been like, it's kind to me it seems kind of gimmicky, but I'm sure they make good stuff. I've just not had any of it yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had any of the aged at sea or anything like that. We just pretty much, I think we had a standard, like a single barrel, and then we had the aged and humidity one, and that's it.
We've had a couple that people have sent us, like
Samples.
samples, like the Marion McLean, which is a pretty spendy one.
I don't remember it, so it must not have been that fantastic. Let's see, who else? Sugar Kitty showed up. ASMR Whiskey, cheers. Who else? I saw someone else. CJP Bourbon, cheers. Prescription Bourbon,
DMC's
cheers.
here. Cheers, DMC.
Okay. And Chip.
Chip Idlet.
Don't want to forget people. I feel bad when they say hi and then I just ignore them. Dave Vogel saying, "While I can afford to super chat before retirement," you're gonna to have one heck of a retirement party because you've been talking about your retirement now for like 2 years. So, Barrel House, cheers. There we go.
Yeah, Barrel House will be on the show with us next week for the first ever Menage a Trash.
The 3-way trash challenge.
sounds like a great time.
Really
Along with Independent Joe and Z-Man of all people.
Ooh, should be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. I got to turn down my notifications because this group I'm in is blowing up.
Group chats. Dang group chats. I hate those. Work was just talking about wanting to create a group chat, and I was like, oh, please don't. Please don't. I don't want to have a group chat.
I only want a group chat with the people that I
me.
care about.
Exactly. Not about work stuff when I'm
Right.
at home. Like, I don't need that.
Although I do have
Yes.
a work group Instagram where we just share memes to each other of like how much like
That
not we
sounds
hate our
fun.
job, but like like things that are relevant
Yeah.
in the moment. So those are fun.
Yeah, that sounds a lot more fun than a group chat at work.
Yeah, we've got a group chat at my job as well, and because we're union and at the hospital, if there's a call off and they do shout outs for extra shifts and stuff, they're required to offer it to everybody. So I had to like sign a document saying I don't want to be part of their group,
Oh, interesting.
so I could opt out of the group chat because they used it for things other than shout outs for extra shifts. Like somebody would make a comment in the group chat and then 25 nurses would get on there and like it and love it and all this stuff, and my phone's just blowing up all night.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, I want out of this.
Yeah. Don't need that.
I don't want overtime. I'm okay with it. All right, shall we move on to the next sample? Are you ready
let's
for
do
it?
it.
Or?
Which one do you recommend I go to?
So I would recommend going to the Rebecca Creek next.
Okay. Yeah, we were chatting a little bit about this before the stream. I've never had this. I hear a lot about it. I think there's like mixed opinions on it, right?
Mixed opinions, meaning we are not big fans of it and everyone else
Okay.
is.
That's fair.
And like I said backstage, it's not bad whiskey. It was just not for us. And I've heard from a couple different people that not all the barrels were great.
So maybe we just didn't get the best
I
one.
have had.
Is this the Texas whiskey? Because this is dark as heck.
Yes,
It's so dark.
It is
Okay.
Spanish oak, so it's double oaked and aged in Texas.
Yeah, it's
I was gonna say the
MGP.
color is crazy.
Yeah, MGP that was aged in Texas and then double oaked in Spanish oak.
Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued. I mean, again, I love my MGP, so like. So what was the
And
reason
we're
that you
doing
guys
Texas
didn't like
at the
it?
same time, so cheers.
I think a lot of it for me is probably the double oak part of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Laura's historically not a fan of double oaks or toasted. Just she doesn't like that extra layer of char that it adds.
And
Gotcha,
then with
okay.
the Texas kind of funk with the high heat, I feel like it made it more extreme.
Well, so like you said, speaking of Texas, you guys are also drinking Texas whiskey. This is a single barrel of Still Austin Barrel Proof. So this is a Total Wine & More pick. It's 58% ABV, 116. I'm a huge fan of Still Austin, and this is I haven't had a chance to get too many single barrels, The only other one I've had was from the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, which was incredible. This is the only one I've been able to get locally here in Southern California, so I'm a big fan of it. I love Still Austin and what they're doing.
Yeah, we love Still Austin as well. Nancy Fraley was a great addition to their blending team.
Yeah, actually, I was drinking this on a stream with Nancy Fraley like last week, so it was actually kind of fun. I pulled this bottle.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually you say her name and she shows up in the chat. So
yeah, I think
we
it
said
was
it twice. Maybe we need to say it one more time for the Beetlejuice effect.
I think it was Independent Joe's stream. He was having a birthday stream and she was on. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab my Still Austin.
Yeah, I was on there for a little bit with that. It's so good.
Well, cheers, Chip.
Well, thanks, Chip.
In for the raffle.
Cheers from South Carolina. What part of South Carolina? I asked because I'm from South Carolina as well, so I'm just curious. Yes, I live in Los Angeles, but I'm from South Carolina, so.
Nancy.
I
Love
feel
it.
like this tastes a lot better than our single barrel that we have. I mean, it's been a while since we've drank it.
We've got a couple single barrels. We've got a Barrels for Hope single barrel. We've got another single barrel of this, and then we have just the straight, like the shelfer of it that's not a single barrel.
I really like this Rebecca Creek. Not saying you're wrong, but for me, like my palate, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not bad. It was just so hyped up that I was expecting it to just be, like God's gift to bourbon community, and it didn't live up to that hype for me.
Gotcha.
But we don't hate it. We're just...
And I feel like a lot of good
it's
whiskeys...
not a bad price either. It was like $80? 60,
I think it was
80?
like $65 when we got it. The price has gone up drastically, I think.
Is there an age statement on the Rebecca
bad.
Creek?
So let me see here.
You probably can't even read it. Not on the front.
No, it is 123.5. This is bottle 162 of barrel 100074.
Lots of words on the back. Let's see.
Lots of words.
It was had the opportunity to age for 4 years in new Spanish oak barrels, and then aged for 2 more years in American oak barrels. So it started in Spanish oak and then went to American oak. So it'd be 6 years old. Or close to 6 years old. Doesn't say exactly, but...
I like it. I'm a fan of it, but again, I started off by saying that I'm an MGP bourbon fan, so this kind of is like that accelerated aging, kind of what Vegas does to MGP. So it's similar to what I've experienced. I think that's a fair price, but I get why a lot of people wouldn't like it. It makes sense.
Yeah, and again, just I've had samples of this that I liked a lot, and I've had samples of this that tasted just as bad as the one we have.
As bad.
and I say as bad, kind of tongue in cheek. I mean, it's good whiskey. Again, I've had a lot better of the Rebecca Creeks. They're single barrels, so.
Sure.
I see Whiskey Shaman in the house. He's probably had some great ones living right there in Texas.
He's more of a single malt guy.
He is, though. He's a man after my own heart, loving single malts.
Well, that's why I asked you guys. I was like, what all are you into? So I'm like, because I wanted to send you stuff that you would actually appreciate. So like, yes, I'm mostly a bourbon channel, but I do appreciate some good single malt. So
last Saturday we did a tequila stream, so we're into everything.
I have honestly, in Southern California we get more mezcal than tequila, so it's interesting to kind of compare it. That's like kind of what I've been exploring, getting into. Like I'm still pretty much a novice to it, but I really appreciate it. So.
Yeah, we are definitely a novice. It was mostly, like, what we've bought have been pretty much recommended to us. But I think I've been enjoying mezcals probably more. But it's fun to explore because it's totally different than bourbon. And
absolutely,
as much as I like bourbon, it gets a little boring if that's all you drink. So
it's different, but it's different, but it's like you use the same kind of tasting. Like if you are used to tasting a bourbon, you're gonna approach tequila and mezcal the same way. It's like, oh, I'm pulling out the smokiness, I'm pulling out the grain. Like I think that's what's cool about it. The same skills transfer over.
Yeah, and we actually substituted Scotch in a rusty nail with mezcal. And
interesting. Okay.
Surprisingly well.
Probably liked it more.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I highly recommend, if you like a rusty nail, substitute the Scotch with some mezcal.
I've actually never had a rusty nail as far as I'm aware, so I'll have to...
It is.
I've heard of it, and I have no idea what's in
cocktail.
it. Okay.
It's Scotch and Drambuie, and that's it.
Oh, okay. I've only tried Drambuie once. It's not something that I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, it's a Scottish liqueur made from heather honey, from the Scottish Highlands.
I think I ordered a shot of it once just because I was very curious. I'm like, I see this everywhere. I have no idea how it tastes. Let me order a shot.
Yeah, super sweet and syrupy. A lot of people will mix them 50-50. I'm more like 20-80 because it's so sweet. But, you know, I highly recommend, and you can play around with the ratio till you get what you like, but the mezcal with the Drambuie was fantastic.
Interesting. I like that idea. It's
Sugar
fun.
Kitty. Drambuie is a waste of good scotch. We don't put good scotch in with the Drambuie. That's when you get the cheap scotch to mix with it.
We would use like the Chivas 12 with it or something like that. Some like scotch blend, not like a good single malt scotch.
Listen, people like what they like, you know.
That's right. Don't judge, Sugar Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did give my dad some Elijah Craig barrel proof today for him to mix with some Coke. So, you know, people just drink it how they want to drink it.
Yeah, Laura's parents stopped by today unannounced.
That's to point out unannounced because they just like show up randomly.
Oh, wow.
Like, hi,
yeah, fortunately, I'm far enough away from my... I'm far enough away from my in-laws so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Laura's parents. But they stopped by.
But you're like, please send a text message or call.
Yeah, like they stopped by unannounced. They hung out for like 20 minutes and left. It wasn't like they were intrusive or anything. But Laura's dad is the type of guy that when he drinks, he does shots. So he was telling us, he's like, yeah, I got a couple bottles of tequila in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, you could just pour it in a glass and put it on ice or whatever. Oh, no, it's in the freezer, so it's real smooth when I do a shot. And he's sitting in the chair next to, like, we have a kill table in our other area, the speakeasy, where we keep all our bottles. And everything that's, like, below halfway we put on the kill table so we can, like, work on that and move those bottles out of the collection and open something new.
I wish I had room for that. I mean, I guess my coffee table could be a kill table every now and then.
It's a very small table.
Yeah, it's just like a little...
It's a side table by a chair.
No, I love the idea, because, like, a lot of these bottles are very, very low. And some of them, like... I'm saving just a little bit for if I want to compare and do a stream or whatever. But a lot of them, I'm like, there's no reason to hold on to this. So I usually just pull them out and like say like, these are the ones we're drinking tonight.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's sitting there next to this kill table and he's looking at some bottles and he's asking questions about them. And I just happen to have like a 2-ounce sample poured up of this Elijah Craig single barrel pick that one of the local stores did. And it was like the last 2 ounces of the bottle. And rather than just let it sit in that bottle and oxidate, I put it in a 2-ounce sample bottle. Sure. So it stayed relatively fresh. I'm like, here, just try this. It's 130 proof. You're probably not ready for that. So take a little sip of it and then maybe try a little bit over ice and then, you know, pour the rest in with some Coke or something. Because that's just how he likes to drink. Well, he put it in the freezer because he didn't have ice.
Yeah.
And then he took a sip of it and was like, "Oh, that's not too bad. It's pretty smooth." And then he drank the rest of it over Coke. But so we're slowly converting him into maybe a bourbon guy.
Listen,
at least
I relate
to mixed drink guy.
I relate to that so much because my mom, I made the mistake of also getting her into Elijah Craig barrel proof. So I started easy, right? I was like, I got her into Elijah Craig, just small batch, because I'm like, okay, she was like curious about trying bourbon. I think. To me, I mean, I always love Elijah Craig. That was kind of one of the first ones that got me into it. So I got her that, and like she bought it regularly. But one day I did a live stream with her over Christmas, and I brought a bunch of Elijah Craig barrel proof releases, and I think I completely turned her, and like now that's all she buys. So I'm like, Mom, slow down, because like she I mean she lives alone at herself, and I'm like, She's like, oh yeah, I just killed that bottle of Elijah Craig barrel. I'm like, oh, that's a lot. She's just turning 70 this year, so she's getting up there in age. But like, listen, I love that she appreciates the same whiskey I do, but it's like I should have never introduced her to that.
Yeah. So Zophyr, Tequila Ocho is one of
that's what my dad's
one
got
of
in
the
the
bottles
freezer.
that her dad has in the freezer.
Oh, Whiskey Uncensored is driving. Well, thanks for joining us on your drive.
Are you driving to or from a pick? Because that's usually when you're driving.
We didn't mention this earlier, but you sent us these fancy coins. I love them. They are
Thank
so
you.
awesome. On the back, no mash value. I don't know if people can see that or not,
Yes.
but that is awesome.
Very
Bourbon
classy. I apologize for not being as classy as you and sending you some Baker Drink swag.
It's all good. It's all good. Listen, I love your stickers. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. They have stickers. So
Yeah.
no,
I'll
sent
send
it
you a
to-
little sticker pack because that's kind of our thing. We do different
Okay.
stickers like a couple times a month.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I made the challenge coins probably about 2 years ago, and at first they're like a Patreon thing, but it's like, you know what? I love giving them out. So like when I go to like an event, I'm like, oh, hey, here, take the versus like a business card. I'm like, here you go. This is cool.
Yeah,
So-
these are awesome.
Yeah, I see Stacy in the house, 4 Leaf Whiskey. Cheers,
What's up,
Stacy.
Stacy?
She's like
Good to see you.
Clifton in all caps.
Bourbon
I
Baller
love
Lee
Stacey.
said he got offered a 2XO pick this week.
Wow.
Hard pass. I didn't even know
Oh.
they did picks.
I didn't know they did
either.
picks either. Interesting.
Now, 2XO is an interesting whiskey. They're also like a whiskey community darling, and I don't understand why. Because everybody preaches transparency all the time. We love our transparency in the whiskey community, and there is none at all on 2XO. We give them a pass. I don't.
I
get it.
have to keep my mouth shut about that one just because I know people that know people. But I agree.
Yeah, but you know, we're not connected to anyone, so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no, I get you. No, I feel the same. Like, there are some of their releases that I do really enjoy, but like you said, transparency to me is like the biggest thing. I'm willing to pay more for transparency. When you don't
Yeah.
give that, it's like, why do I care?
2XO tastes good. I'm not dogging on the whiskey at all, but it might be 4-year-old, you know, just like nothing special, and he's charging $100 for it.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I want to know
Anyways,
what I'm paying
I'm
for.
just kidding.
Oh, but Bourbon Baller Lee said it was a Gem of Kentucky pick.
Oh, okay. Jim of Kentucky
Well-
have had some really good ones.
Yeah, we've had a couple samples, and they were delicious. I would say that was good stuff. Bourbon Baller, I'm dogging on the whiskey, of course. You dog on everything. That's you. We
I
expect
only
it.
say this because I have connections that are good friends with the brand, and like I don't want to like talk crap, but I've had a similar experience that you guys have had.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's my hot take for the night, or at least my hot take
For-
for the hour.
For this second, right now, are all Gem of Kentucky single barrels?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's all single barrel as
Oh,
far
okay.
as I'm aware.
Oh yeah, because it labels the what barrel it is.
I think when they first came out, there was 50 different single barrels, and Dixon Deadman, they were like his favorite 50 barrels that he owned,
Oh okay.
and put them out with numbers. So
And maybe now they're picks. The rest of them, who knows?
who knows?
Who knows? I've never seen one that was a pick before, so it'd be interesting if we ever do see one.
We have had a couple Gem of Kentucky samples that were fantastic. They're just spendy. So I can understand you passing on that, Lee. It's hard to sell, $200 bottles with Washington State tax, and you got a whole pick of them to sell.
Man, I learned my lesson the first time I was there. I had no idea about that sales tax thing. I was like, I just want a bottle for the room. And then I went to a store and I like literally my jaw dropped. I'm like, how much for a Knob Creek? How much for an Elijah Craig? Oh my God.
It looked
I know
okay
you
on
guys
the
that live
shelf
there.
before they add that 20
Yeah.
whatever percent to it.
21.5% tax, and then there's a $2.83 bottle tax or liter tax or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
Spirit tax.
those of you that live there, like I know you get your own benefits, but a tourist going there, like this is not fun to see.
Well, there's not benefits for the whiskey world.
No, I know. Bourbon Baller says next time I'm in Washington.
Valid point there.
And Lee says to let you know next time you're.
I will be in Washington in August. I'm going to Seattle to hang out with a friend. So I don't know how close that is to you guys, but
you're in Lee's backyard.
Okay.
In Seattle.
It's been a few years since I've been there. I really enjoyed it last time I was there, so I'm like, I need to go back and explore it. So
yeah, it's about a 2-hour drive for us, but I tend to be making it at least once a month to go visit Lee.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to a concert there, and a friend's traveling from across the country, and that was the best place for us to meet up. So, yeah, we're gonna go see that in August.
That sounds fun.
Which show are you seeing?
Oh, do I have to tell you that?
You don't have to.
Okay, it's a Lady Gaga concert. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a great show. I imagine she puts on an amazing show.
Now, didn't Lady Gaga just set a new world record for attendance?
Yes, in Brazil.
2 million people.
She had 2 million people. Listen, I've seen her perform. I've seen her perform 3 different times, and she is an incredible artist and performer. So it's always a good time. Even if you don't have good seats, she puts on a good show. So it's my friend's first time seeing her. Like I said, I've seen her 3 times. I'm like, I'll meet you there to go see her because it's such a fun show.
She's got such a and I don't know a lot of her music at all. Because it's not my...
Because you don't know any music that's in the last, 20 years.
Yeah, I'm old. But I have seen videos of her performing with Metallica, so she's got such a range to her.
Yeah.
She's got all kinds
and
of...
she's like huge... She appreciates like older music so well, and she does a lot of tributes and stuff, so it's great.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't seen that video of Lady Gaga singing with Metallica, I encourage you to look it up on YouTube because it's impressive.
You'll have to remind me later because I don't think I've seen it.
I only said like do I have to say because I feel like some people are a little judgmental, but I'm like she's a great performer. I mean, she's done the Super Bowl, she's done like all these things. So
I think she'd be a lot of fun to see.
I've probably been to 200 plus concerts in my life.
Oh wow!
Of all different types of music.
All different genres. I absolutely love live music. It was my hobby for a while. I used to go to 4 or 5 concerts a month.
That's awesome.
Now that I'm a little older, I don't really dig the crowds as much, and I like to sit down rather than stand.
So I pay for the seats because I cannot. I've done my fair share of like general admission kind of thing, but it's not my jam. I will say I live very close to quite a few concert venues here in California, Southern California. Kia Forum is literally 10 minutes down the road from me, so I probably should be seeing more shows. It's just because it's one of the highest populated cities for tours. It's like every show is so expensive there. I know Independent Joe gets access to some incredible shows where he's at too. So
yeah, we have tended to go to a lot smaller type concerts.
We just do a lot of indie music, like indie reggae, rock,
nice
roots type stuff.
So like there's some venues in Portland, Oregon that are just absolutely tiny, and we've been to a lot of those. We used to go to Monterey every May. It was
Cali Roots
festival,
music and arts festival.
We used to go to that every year. That was a lot of fun, and then it just got expensive, and we decided to do other things.
That for us too.
But it was a lot of fun. I think I'm out of whiskey here.
We're out of whiskey, so we're going to switch on to number C.
All right, so your letter C. I want to double check my order that I sent you guys. Is that the Knob Creek one?
That's what you said.
Yeah, Knob Creek 10-year cask strength.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a travel exclusive Knob Creek. I just picked it up on my way back from. We did a bit of a Europe trip at the end of March, beginning of April, and when I was leaving LAX, I'm like, wait, 10-year Knob Creek? I've never seen that before. So it's a Knob Creek 10-year-old. Unfiltered cask strength coming in at 122.4. And listen, I'm a Knob Creek fan. I was lucky enough to try a lot of the 13 and 14-year-old store picks of it. This reminds me so much of what I loved about those. So this to me reminds me of what Knob Creek kind of used to be a bit. So it was just a fun one to pick up, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it.
Yeah, so I saw somebody did a review of this a couple months back. And I've been so excited to try one or get a sample from somebody ever since. You made my day by sending this one to us.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
yeah, I didn't realize that you were looking for it, so that's good to hear.
Have you tasted it yet?
I have not. I've just been smelling it.
Okay. I'll wait till you taste it before I give my what I want to say.
Oh, wow.
First, it does not drink that high proof. But it is surprisingly not nutty at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like
to me, it's so...
The nuts are missing.
It's very oaky, but not nutty. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good deal of fruit on this, actually.
It almost drinks like a Baker's. I don't know if you guys have had a lot of Baker's.
Yeah, Baker's is, it's kind of our thing, but...
Yeah, this
sorry.
is fantastic.
Didn't get it. Didn't get the joke. It went over my head. I get it.
But this tastes really good. It reminds me a lot. So the 12, I definitely is one of my favorites of the Knob Creek.
Me too. I love
and
the 12.
it's like that, but better, actually.
So, I agree. If this was readily available, I'd buy it. But I will say the Knob Creek 12 is my go-to. I always have a bottle of it. It's like one of the staple, just like, to me, it's like an everyday drinker. It's like something you want. $65 is a little pricey, but it's like, it's a very easy to reach for a bottle when you're looking for something just simple to drink.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's one that we haven't had in a while, but we've had a couple different bottles of it. It's always a great bottle to have. Mm-hmm. The problem, and I'm sure you have the same issue, when you get a pretty sizable collection, it's hard to drink the same thing like twice in a row.
Normally I would say yes, but that is one of the few that I actually do that for. There's only a few whiskeys that I will buy on repeat. That is one of the probably five or so that I'll buy regularly. So it has a good place on my shelf.
Awesome.
We have a few more people that showed up that I haven't said hi to. Bourbon School. Cheers, Brian. West Virginia Bourbon Guy. Cheers. Whiskey Wisdom. Thanks for the super chat. Cliffy.
Cliffy has not shown up yet. We're still with
No,
Cliffy.
not yet. No, listen. I've been at the beach all day, but I'm taking it easy. It's a chill day.
Hoping to make backstage. Well, we would love you to join if you're around when we do that. And JL is here as well. Cheers. Joe B. Cheers.
Yeah, and Whiskey Wisdom and Chris Jenkins, 2 new patrons. Thank you guys so much for joining the family. Looking forward to some antics.
I don't know where you were going there. I don't know where you were going there. I was waiting for you to keep going.
So, what is my number 3? What should I go for my third one? There's 2 Westwards left.
Now these 2 Westwards, we kind of helped form a barrel picking group called Poor Decisions.
Oh, fun. Nice.
And it consists of a few different channels around the Whiskey Tube community: Whiskey Wisdom, Whiskey Corner, Bourbon Drop, Echoes in Eternity, and a gentleman named Barrel Dave, who is a huge supporter of all of our channels. This was our very first pick where the whole group was involved, and Westward kind of rolled out the red carpet for us, so to speak, and gave us access to these 2 bottles. One is it 6.5 and 7.5, or is it 7.5 and 8.5?
I think it's. Let me see.
I think they're 7.5 and 8.5 years old. Cask strength. Westward kind of does this thing where they proof everything down to 125. So we had them break the rules for us to put it out at actual barrel strength.
The label. I think it was 7.5 and 8.5 years.
But there's controversy among the group as to which one is better. We've got the cherry sex bomb and we've got the chocolate hazelnut brownie. The chocolate hazelnut brownie is the older of the 2. For me, it was a little oakier, and it was just super decadent, like literally a fudge brownie. And then the other one, obviously, the cherry sex bomb, super fruity. From the time we picked them to the time we got the bottles, though, I think the profiles of both of them changed a bit, because they probably aged for a few more months after we picked them. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts as to which one you like better.
No, I'm super excited. I as an unbiased, I wasn't part of the pick, so I have no necessary preference. I'm gonna pour both of them. So that's really cool. I honestly, I have not done a pick. I've been a part of some of Jason Mash and Journey picks. I did a Jack Daniels pick with them, which was so much fun. I've not done a pick myself, unfortunately. I would love to, but being in California, it's a bit difficult. Luckily, you guys are in Washington, where there are some, amazing distilleries. Out here, we're a lot more limited, so. But if you're ever looking for an extra taster, I'm always available.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
The group is open, so what we typically ask is if you come in, have an idea for a pick, or bring something for the group, and we just pick them all as a group, and we've got a website, we got a company that kind of fronts the barrel, and we're responsible for promoting it and selling it through our Patreons and whatnot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. So I will start with the cherry sex bomb for my first one, and then I'll move on to the chocolate hazelnut brownie. So both sound amazing. Yeah. I mean, I love the names. How did you? Were you were you hungry when you made the names?
Maybe we were when we were drinking them. It's just, kind of the notes we were getting when we first tasted them. And then we made jokes about the names, and then they kind of just stuck. So instead of referring to them while we were picking them by the numbers, that was kind of boring. We went with, we named them, and then we just kind of stuck with it.
I will say, I'm getting brownie on both of them on the nose. Like, it's a very strong brownie note, and I like that. It's really good. It's like chocolate cake, or like you said, like a dense brownie.
Yeah. Now, Mark Gill says, "Cheers, Clifton. Did you hang out in Venice, or did you go to Playa? Looking good with that sun face."
Oh, yeah, I probably got burnt. We were in Redondo Beach, but I live near Venice. I live at Marina del Rey, so not far. But yeah, Redondo Beach is our go-to. God, both of these smell delicious. Honestly, I've not had Westward in a long time.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Thank you for sharing it. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. They're one of the distilleries that's fairly local to us. They're about 40 minutes away. We're club members, so we get a lot of their special stuff. And since we've done the pick, we're kind of tight with Jonathan Harris, who's their barrel pick coordinator. And we can get access to some special stuff when we visit. So,
oh wow, man, that cherry, yes, that's on it. Wow, that it almost doesn't taste like a whiskey, and that's not a diss on it. That's just like a drink in itself. It's almost like a cocktail. Wow.
Yeah. And the thing is, we went with we were like, we don't want anything finished. We just want their base stuff. So
this isn't finished? Are you kidding me?
That's not finished.
What the heck am I drinking? That's amazing. Okay, wow. All right, I'm gonna try the chocolate hazelnut brownie now.
Yeah, and we're gonna pour the Michter's Barrel Strength Toasted Rye.
Yes, one of my favorites. Michter's releases. It's what sold me on toasted barrel whiskey. So there have been a lot of people that try to have done it since, but I think this Michter's Rye was the first one that sold me on the idea of it.
Okay, and I see Bourbon Neophyte in the chat. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells really good.
It does smell really good, but it doesn't. So a lot of toasted products, I think the reason I don't like them is because they're like, that's the only note you seem to get from it. Like, I can still pick up the Michter's Rye in this and that kind of stuff, which is much more pleasant to me.
Yeah. Because you guys, like you said, the double oak thing wasn't really your thing.
Yeah, not usually, and I think it's because that's like the only thing you pick up a lot of times is that flavor. That steak looked delicious. That picture of a steak that you got.
That's Matt on his date night with Pookie. Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. He's on date night with his wife, and he's like
sending you steak pictures. It looks delicious.
And then I was just texting my son also, who's going to be in town tomorrow for his birthday, 35.
You better get it right. You might be listening.
But he's gonna do a 50-mile run tomorrow for his birthday.
Dang. I was gonna say I just had my birthday as well, but he's older than me, so.
Yeah, we've got this.
Did you do a 50-mile run?
I did not. That's what I was gonna say. Good for him. I just turned 32. I've never done that, but you know what? Amazing.
We've got this lake in the middle of town that's kind of like the pride of the community, but it's about 3.5 miles all the way around, and he's just going to run that for 50 miles. And I told him I'd come walk at least one lap, maybe two.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate people that can do that.
I think that sounds insane.
I mean, I agree, but I appreciate that people can do that.
Yeah. 50-mile run, Chip. That's what he said.
I hate driving 50 miles. I understand. I do too.
Bourbon invite. I was 32 once.
I couldn't run 50 miles when I was 32 either. So
yeah, nope. Listen,
can't do it now either.
I'm only 3 days into being 32, and I have goals for this year, but running a 50-mile thing is not one of them. Sorry.
Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
So we've been.
I do have a favorite though.
Oh,
what
yeah,
was
go
that?
ahead.
Oh, I have a favorite of the Westwards.
Okay.
To me, they're both great. I would buy both of them. But I think the cherry sex bomb, to me, is absolutely my favorite. One of the most delicious dessert pours I've ever had. So, great pick. Amazing job with that one.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, that's Laura's favorite. I like the other one slightly just because of the little oakier presence on it. But
listen, they're both great, but this is one of the most unique things I've had. Like, I love a good oaky bourbon, and I've had a lot of them, but this one is straight up dessert, and that's so crazy that I've not had something that good. So,
yeah,
well done. Both of them. Well done.
It was a lot of fun, and we have talked about even doing another pick with them, but we want to do some more bourbon stuff because most people prefer bourbons in this community, it seems like. So we're wanting to do some more picks and then maybe get back and do another Westward that's like finished or something.
Yeah.
I mean, with this being an American single malt, which like I usually do enjoy, but I'm a little bit iffy about it. This has the depth of a bourbon. And I think that's what makes it unique. I feel like even if you're not someone that would normally get an American single malt, give this a try because I think it has that richness and the depth of a good cask strength bourbon.
Yeah, we're super proud of those. They were kind of the highlight of our 2024.
Steven says, "Try them mixed if you have some left." I will gladly. I'd love to try.
Yeah.
That.
So at the end of the pick, somebody from the pick team just mixed them together in the glass, just out of habit, and then took a sip of it. And then we all tried it. And even Westward, the guy from Westward, Jonathan Harris, was so impressed with it, they offered to do a unique 2-barrel blend for us. We just didn't think we could move to a 2-barrel blend.
That's true. So you bought two single barrels.
Yes.
Yeah, so we kind of...
Well, actually, we only bought half barrels, so we got 2 half barrels instead.
Yeah, so we kind of marketed them as, try the blend type of thing. So people bought both and did the blend themselves.
I do enjoy the blend, but I think they each have unique characteristics that I prefer individually. So for me, I like them separate, but they make a great blend as well.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sell it. Like, I've never had it, but I'm just telling you my honest opinion.
It's already sold.
Yeah.
So
It's
great,
sold
wonderful.
Yeah. But we were proud of them, so we had
they're amazing. Great job. I love it.
It was.
I will have to. How would someone sign up to get access to your picks, or at least know about them?
So we have a website. It's pourdecisions.club. And I think currently the only thing on there is a short barrel Bee's Knees 4. And it was two barrels of that as well. And they're in 375s, so when you buy it, you get both barrels in a 375. And I think there's 8 or 9 of those left.
And then we're working on doing some more picks. Otherwise, we announce it in our Patreon. And then, we've never sold anything out yet. So otherwise, then it goes
not through Patreon.
But and nothing is sold out quickly. So it's been, it just goes to chat and that website. But we have not actually really been a part of that group for a while because we said we were going to be done with the picks because it was stressing Troy out to, deal with that kind of stuff.
I
But
can imagine.
now
I've heard from.
getting
I would
back
say
to
I've
it,
heard from
so.
several people that do picks that it is a lot of work, and yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So Michael WMD, interesting that you mentioned Kitsap Whiskey Society. They're actually the group that bought the other half of Cherry Sex Bomb.
After we got the first half, and then they picked up the second half. So that's, I think, and then maybe they did another barrel of something else. But they messaged us and were like, "You did a great job picking this one. We liked it so much too that we got the second half of the barrel." So, but yeah, we are going to start doing picks again because we think it will be fun and enjoy.
And Rob Rhodes, thanks so much for the super chat. We've got you in on the stickers and the giveaway. We're going to give away the first freebie. We've been going a little over an hour now. If you want in on this, you got probably 30 seconds to a minute to type in #bites. Must be present to win.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to enter, but you know what? I think this amazing crowd of folks deserve it more than me. So.
Well, you are welcome to if you feel like it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll leave it to them.
And we have a couple other people here. Tom Black, cheers.
I see Miracle Martinez there.
Miracle
Cheers,
Martinez. There was probably someone else that I missed. Sorry.
ASMR Andrew is here.
I think I saw
Yeah, thank you. I posted on my Discord,
Douglas
so thank you.
Papa.
Thank you all that came over. I appreciate seeing you all on a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone's entered. Bourbon Neophyte.
I see our internet quality is showing that it's kind of bad right now. So if we're kind of garbly, just stick with us. It'll pick up.
I'm just used to that, like for myself all the time, so I don't see anything different. It looks perfectly fine to me.
Okay, yeah, it's showing that we're like at 1 bar or something right now. But it could be that our internet's bad for a couple minutes, or it could be that my daughter is doing some serious gaming or something, and she needs to stop. So I might have to check if that little icon that says it's bad doesn't go away. But I think I should give away some whiskey. What do you think, Troy?
Yeah, I think go ahead and spin it.
Okay. Love it. Impressed you wore a nice collared shirt.
I just respond. I'm like, I spent all day on the beach. This is just a cover up. Like, this is like literally what I just put on before the stream.
Gandy Road, are you here to
cheers,
get the
Gandy Road.
winnings?
I feel like he won last week.
We did not.
Everyone's saying rigged. Drama.
We can shut her internet off though, so we have that ability.
It shows it's good again.
Yeah. So sometimes it just this time of the night is a busy time on the West Coast, and people are just using more internet.
Somebody better wake Gandy up from his nap. There
you
is.
go. Heck yeah, on a roll.
Okay, so we've got another one of these freebies to do. It's another 4-pack of 2-ounce samples from our collection. Clifton, why don't you pick a hashtag this time?
Ooh.
Any word.
Hashtag. Ooh. I mean, you picked the best one, bites. How about hashtag bourbon? Wow, surprising.
There you go.
It works great. I love it.
It's something everybody can spell.
That's what
I was going to say.
remember.
If you don't know how to spell bourbon, why are you here? I'm just kidding.
And then I'm like, did I spell it correct? Now I'm getting concerned about myself. Like, where's the spell check? I need a spell check.
You guys still have one more whiskey to try, by the way.
We do.
We do.
Yes.
I gotta finish this.
Now, why don't you, as I'm pouring this, why don't you explain to everybody what we're about to embark on?
Yeah, so again, we're talking about most interesting whiskeys in the world. So I'm like, what is one of the most interesting non-American whiskeys I have? And I was lucky enough to grab the committee release of Ardbeg Fermutation. Yes, Fermutation. Invasion of the Washbacks. This is an Isla, of course, single malt. But what they did was they'll probably describe it better than I can. Um, they say the Ardbeg distillery was about to face one of its greatest challenges. A broken boiler threatened the very existence of the wash racks full of precious liquid. Nothing could stop them fermenting past the point of no return. The distillery folk threw off the washback lids, hoping for a miracle. Wow, this is difficult after drinking quite a few, of course. And a miracle they received. An invasion was taking place. Millions of tiny beings were descending from the skies and landing in the washbacks. The longest fermutation in Ardbeg history has begun, transforming the fermutation in this is difficult. Sorry. Transforming the liquid into the sharpest, zingiest, and wildest Ardbeg ever. Unbelievable truth. So basically, yeah, they normally close off their fermentation. They leave it open. They do an open air fermentation, but something went wrong and they couldn't close it, so they left it open for a really long time. They were like, let's just try it. Let's see how it turns out, and this is the end result. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it.
Okay.
I think, is this the one you bought for your son?
No, that was.
I just saw it, like, it looked like there was, like, aliens or something on there.
I think that was Heavy Vapors.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love heavy. Mrs. Lori J said someone was smashed when they wrote that. No, someone was smashed while they read that.
Well, they definitely put plenty of, like, big words in
They
that.
did. There was a lot of big
there.
words. Thank you. Thank you for the support, Laura.
Now, honestly, that drink's really light for an Ardbeg.
It's very different. Like, I love Ardbeg, but this is a very different take on it because it was exposed to the elements for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like the finish is very different from other ones we have. It's less meaty, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love how barbecue and, like, barbecued meat that Ardbeg usually is, this isn't that, which is great.
How bizarre-BQ.
I love Bizarre BQ. I actually just tried it recently on a stream. This isn't that, but it's. I like it. I do prefer the barbecue note on them, but this is more unique than that.
Yes, it. I don't even know, other than the less meaty, how to describe it.
Here's a note that I get on it. I'm curious if you guys get it. It's like you're eating like a hot pepper, but you're not getting the spice. It's like the skin of a hot pepper to me. Like you're eating like a pepper skin.
Yeah, I was getting, okay, this note doesn't make any sense at all. You know when you smell rain? But I'm getting that on the palate. If that makes any sense.
No, that's not wrong. I agree. It's kind of the same kind of. This sounds weird to say this is the same kind of note, but that like green pepper spice, not spice, but that green pepper skin is kind of like a rain on the concrete. No, like it doesn't seem like it would go together. But I think it does.
I think you're right. I think it's the same thing that we're just trying to put to word what it is.
So normally with like an Ardbeg, and I kind of swallowed wrong, so my voice is weird. You're choking
on Ardbeg.
You said you guys liked everything. I'm sorry I sent you a peated whiskey.
No,
sorry.
We love Ardbeg. So normally on an Ardbeg, I get like this tarry rope note.
Okay.
And none of that's here. I actually get vanilla on this. Like I can get a heavy sherry influence on a lot of Ardbegs. I don't get any of that. This is very mild.
It is very mild and sweet up front.
Yes.
And then the finish is different. I don't know.
Yeah, the finish hits hard, but like up front, on the front of the palate, very mild, very sweet. Vanilla. Almost floral.
Which is crazy to say out loud about an Ardbeg, right?
Exactly.
No, I feel you 100%, but like it like in my mind it's like crazy, but I get you.
Yeah, because we have, let's see, what Ardbegs do we have? We have the Oogie Doll, the
Corey Vrecken, Harpy's Tail.
That might be it. That might be all we have. But then his son was really into it, so we've tried a lot of their other stuff.
Hypernova.
Yeah, I love all of those. I think this was one of the most unique ones I had access to, and weirdly enough, this one was mispriced on the shelf, and I don't want to brag too much about it, but like I paid like $60 for this, even though like the retail was
wow.
$130. Retail was $130. I'm like, I'm gonna buy that. So
You're
I only bought
have to
one,
buy it.
but
It's a
I
good
absolutely
deal.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed a couple super chats went by. I don't know if we acknowledged them. Steven Scone, we did get your Venmo, so thank you. You're in on the drawing as well.
No, so Mark Gale said, cheers, thanks for having Cliff on. And Mr. Richie J said, would really like some delicious samples. Well, maybe you'll get some.
Yeah, and tonight's those rare cask strength ryes. Whoever wins that's in for a treat.
In case you weren't here earlier, this is what the $5 super chat, because I didn't actually spend the time to type out what they were. So Corbin Cash, Old Dragon Bones, John A.P. Connolly rye, and Short Barrel 12-year cask strength rye.
I thought I had that old Dragon
I've
Bones
never
here.
I've never had any of these. That's exciting, and I am very tempted to type my keyboard, but I'm gonna go away. I'm like, you guys did it. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're all delicious, but we like to give away whiskey.
We probably share more whiskey than we drink from our collection, to be honest with you.
So this week, we don't usually drink a whole lot during the week, but Troy, I think, was off, and so he felt like we should have some drinks, even though I worked the next day.
Oops.
And he gave me two probably ounce pours. Maybe the second one was 1.5 ounces. And then I was like drunk, and I was hiccuping, and then I was hungover for work the next day. So I try to avoid that for weekdays, weekends.
I get you.
You know, I don't have to do anything tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. But
Rick Moreland, thanks so much. We got you down.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat sticker.
And 65 people watching, 40 entries. Hashtag bourbon for 4 2-ounce samples from our private collection.
I don't think I said hi to William Hall. Maybe that was the name I was trying to get earlier that I forgot to say hi to. Old Fashioned Ways is here. Cheers,
What's
Doc.
up, Doc?
And Cask 529. Cheers.
I was gonna say, you guys on Saturday, like that's a great crowd. I wish I could commit to that kind of an audience. Fortunately, on a Thursday night, I'm like, you know what? Even if I get slammered, it's Friday the next day. No one cares. So I commend you guys. Like I wish I could commit to a Saturday night, but like, man, like it's so fun to come on the weekend. I never really do it. Come on the weekend and like enjoy great company with amazing people like you.
Yeah, we picked Saturday for one. It was the day that we both had off, so it made it easier. And then it was kind of just if we were to go out drinking with friends, we would, be out drinking with them, and instead we're drinking with friends online instead.
Very true. That's awesome.
It's cheaper, it's safer. We've got
Absolutely.
such a solid, great group of people that hang out with us every Saturday. It's just a
I can
blessing.
tell, like just seeing folks in the chat, like you guys are awesome. If y'all want to come on Thursday nights, come on over to my channel too. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
But no, seriously, like the community here is amazing, and like I love seeing that. So
I do love that you send out a reminder every week. And then I'm like, oh gosh, we just started watching the show or something. I do love that you send out a reminder.
On Reddit? On Discord.
Discord, yes.
Yeah.
So it's
listen.
it's a
I'm
nice
like,
reminder.
it's my Discord. I can do what I want. No,
Yes.
I feel guilty about doing it, but I'm like, if you're on my Discord, like I might as well just ping you once a week. Today
Yes,
was
no, I
twice a week because I'm
enjoy
like,
that.
I'm going live with Baker Drinks. Like, come on.
Yeah, so Laura's like the tech person in the group, so I don't really like follow all of that stuff. Are you still doing your movie nights, 80s movie night and stuff on your Discord?
Yes, that's one of the perks I offer for my $5 patrons. I'm like, every month we're gonna stream a retro movie, whether it's an 80s movie or a 70s movie. Last week we watched a 1920s movie. What was it? Hounds of Baskerville? Like it was like these guys wanted a not Indiana Jones. Sorry, not Indiana Jones. Why am I forgetting this? Zopher, help me. Zopher's in my chat. He was there.
War Games, he says.
War Games is this month. Yes, we're doing War Games this month. Last month we did
Great movie, by the way.
I keep saying Indiana Jones. Sherlock. Thank you, Chip.
Oh, okay.
They asked for a Sherlock Holmes movie, and I was like, let's find the best one, and that was one of the most highly rated ones. So we watched that. So I enjoy the Patreon community aspect. So it's like, let's watch a movie together. Let's do like a screening. That's kind of my thing on my channel. So it's very community based, and it seems like you guys do that too, which is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Dennis says, when you ping people on Discord, do you say the Cliffy bus is coming?
Sometimes,
well,
but usually it's not there
point.
until the end of the stream. Yeah. The after party, which is what I offer after my live streams every Thursday, that's for like my higher tier patrons, and they get to see the Cliffy bus in real time every week. That's not normally available to people. You guys normally can't see this state of Cliffy.
Guys, what are you waiting for? Join Clifton's Patreon.
Listen, if you don't join the Patreon, join the Discord. If y'all are curious about Discord, I like
exactly.
You guys continue supporting their Patreon, but please join my Discord. I'll drop a link in the chat. How about that? I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, please do.
I'm not a wrench. I'm not a wrench.
Oh gosh, well.
Laura will fix that right now.
Because I try to make most people a wrench, but I have to actually be in the chat.
And honestly, I've only popped in y'all streams every now and then, but like I'm looking forward to joining it. Saturdays are tough for me, but like I will try my best moving forward.
If you want to just make a comment real quick, just I don't care, a letter or something, and then I'll make you a wrench because then I'll see your name.
There was a time when...
Oh, you are a wrench. You already are a wrench.
I'm a wrench. Okay, somehow. In some
I was going to say, there was a time when everybody that showed up became a wrench.
Yeah.
I was probably there at some point during that.
And then I got lazy and stopped doing it.
Why don't you put a little water in that, rinse that out, and I'll give you some...
Yeah.
We're dangerously close to a bottle kill on the
nice.
chocolate hazelnut brownie.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, so I don't want to just drop my link there. I just want to say, like, my Discord is like my community, so like everyone's welcome. You don't have to be a supporter on Patreon. You don't have to be a subscriber. I mean, I prefer you to be a subscriber, but you don't have to be a subscriber. But if you're looking for folks to hang out with during the week when I'm not live, please check out the link above. Do you guys have a Discord? Because I would love to join yours too.
We do. We don't use it a whole lot though.
We're
not very good about it.
No, all good. I just didn't want to shout mine out if you guys had one. Like I use mine very, very actively.
So Top Jog just joined.
I see
do
Top
have a
Dog.
Discord.
Thank you so much.
It's small, but from time to time it's pretty lively. We mostly do like share your hunt or haul or type of thing, or every now and then we'll have a nice discussion about something. But
and then we, are cool with people posting links to other channels and that kind of stuff.
Like Doc from Old Fashioned Ways Plus. He'll drop links to his live streams in there. You feel free if you join to drop links to your live stream in there too.
Doc
awesome.
or Old Fashioned Ways says, "What's this week's sticker?" So I'll just show this. So it's that little.
It's the trash panda.
There's no background. It's just like the cutout of the raccoon and then Stay Trashy. So it's, you can't see here so well.
Make yourself bigger.
It's no, it's that picture with the raccoon and the glass, and it says "Stay Trashy." That's what.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. So interesting enough, we had some rocks glasses made up with that image on the rocks glass.
Mm-hmm.
And
they didn't do a very good job.
They didn't do a very good job.
Well, okay, the glasses are great. They did a decent job of the etching. They just didn't do a good job of converting the image to like a good image, I guess.
Oh, I see.
The part of it.
So it's a great crystal glass, rocks glass. It's nice and heavy. I think it's 10 ounce. So it's the one that we're drinking tonight, right? So we're all excited about this thing. It shows up, and I pull it out of the box, and I'm like, what the hell is that? It did not transfer well from the image to the proof to the glass.
Oh, no.
So we're stuck with
I'm
like
sorry.
36 of these glasses, and I'm like, we can't do anything with these. So we contact the company. The sales guy is like, yeah, that image is shit. We'll fix it. We'll make it right. He goes.
I was
and
gonna say
talks
I
to
didn't
his-
really. See, it didn't look that bad from here, but like I'm viewing from like the tiny
Here,
little screen that we're on.
Here's a picture of the actual, like,
Oh, I
it's not
see. I
great.
see. Yeah. Like,
So, like,
oh,
we're selling
yeah.
them at a loss just so that we can get rid of them. It's like
Yeah.
with
That's
the
disappointing.
shipping.
I mean,
Like
like
the
I love
glasses
it.
are good glasses, but the
Yeah,
image
and the
isn't
text
great.
looks fine. The text looks great. It's just like the image.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
So,
I
so
will
the guy's
say-
like,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to go to my art team and we're going to make this right. Well, he came back the next day and he's like, art team says it's good to go. I'm like, but it's not. You agreed yesterday it wasn't. He's like, nope, art team says that's exactly like the image. I'm like, are you not looking at the same thing I'm looking at? So then the artist
I
starts
will say
contacting us. And they're like, if you put brown liquid in it and you hold it at the right angle.
Like you're drinking out of the
Oh,
glass.
no,
Then you
no,
can
no.
see the image. It looks perfect if you're in the.
I was like, if you're not willing to stand
So-
by this product, we're just going to eat it and we'll go our separate ways, right?
Damn, I'm
So-
so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's super
We-
frustrating.
Yeah, we shared that story with our live stream a couple weeks back, and people were like, just put them for sale and we'll buy that crappy glass. And honestly, as of last night, we sold half of them. And, I mean,
okay.
we're selling them at a loss,
But
we're
not much of us. It's
we're-
like
we're
a
getting-
dollar a glass. It's not a big deal,
Yeah, two of these for $18 shipped is a good deal because shipping alone is like $12. But we got half of them gone. Again, we're not trying to push these and sell you guys our sob story, but they are for sale if you want them.
And Joe B, I
No.
love that they took the "stay trashy" literally.
Yes, they did.
And listen, I'm not quite there with like physical merch, but I will say that I tried to make just a simple hat with my logo, and like the brand that I was working with could not get it right. They like the colors were just like weird and like wrong. And I'm like, guys, just make it simple. Just do 2 colors, and it just still wasn't right. So I feel you on that. Like, fortunately, like I didn't have any upfront cost. But yeah, I get it. That's super disappointing. But like, I love that you guys are selling it. That's so cool.
Yeah, people have been great, and we appreciate it. So we don't have to have 36 of these glasses because what am I going to do with 36 glasses?
Yeah.
I don't need that many glasses. Yeah, the actual glass is like good quality. It's thick. It's got this nice base on it. It's just the image is not fantastic. I guess it goes well with the words "stay trashy." Whatever.
like Chip says, it's a collectible now.
That's true. Very true.
But we're working on doing something else and being more simple with our image so that places don't screw it up, and hopefully it won't be a problem with the next one.
Yeah. Now, Top Dog, I see you in the chat, and Top Dog does some laser etching, and he's reached out and offered to help us with an image moving forward. So I would love to have you work on something for us. Just email us because I don't really have your contact information. Tom from Bourbon Jerk was supposed to connect us, and he's a busy man. He's out doing pics.
Chris Jenkins says misprints are worth more.
There you go.
That's accurate. I think the dog's trying to get in this room because the door
is.
keeps pounding.
The dog keeps
I'm gonna open the
tapping
door.
at the door. He can't handle that we're in here, and he's not. Send him the vector art. Images can be dicey. So honestly, I was talking to Laura earlier, and I'm like, if we ever do something like this again, and we will, because that's just who we are. I'm gonna do like a line drawing. So all they have to do is the lines, and you'll see what it is.
Dog's going crazy. He's circling us like a shark. He's
I
about
think
to
the
attack.
dog should
I
be the
think.
logo. Why is the trash panda the logo? It should be this dog. I have not seen this dog. I'm very excited to see. Please hold them up for us.
I can't pick him up. He's fat.
Damn it.
He is a
I
Catahoula
relate.
leopard dog.
I relate to that.
Yeah, we did one stream where he was. We did a second camera, And so we just had a camera on him the whole
The
live
fat
stream.
dog cam.
Yeah, and he
Aw.
just laid there and slept and snored and twitched and whatnot for people all night.
He's an
That's
old man.
amazing.
He turns 13 next week.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's got a gray face. He's all lumpy.
You guys are not doing him justice. Like, say he's freaking gorgeous.
He is.
He's got a ton of personality.
He does have.
He's got personality. I'll accept that. Okay.
So I am a big gardener, and he loves garden time. So this time of the year, I get home from work, and I open the door, and he just runs outside. And then if I don't go straight to the garden, he runs back in the house, like licks my hand, and then runs back outside. And like does that until I'll walk out to the garden with him. Mostly because he's hoping for food, because he's, a fat dog and wants to eat. But
He's eating vegetables though, which is good for him.
There you go.
that's him this time of the year. And
No, he's a good boy. He's definitely like the king of the family here.
be quiet.
But he's been in the other room with Laura's daughter all night, and she just let him go. He cannot handle when somebody's behind a closed door.
Well, it's more that you're talking behind a closed door, because he's like, I'm
okay.
missing something.
He knows you're
There's
awake.
something
He
going
knows
on
he's
in
hanging out with
there.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What's up, big cat? I see you there.
Go somewhere
Bourbon
else.
and Balls is here. All the cool kids came out tonight. 67 people watching. Only 44 entries. Hashtag bourbon for free whiskey, guys. We're going to do that giveaway here in about 10, 15 more minutes. But hashtag bourbon. Got to be here to win. And it's 4 2-ounce samples from our collection.
I'm going to see if I can get a little video of...
Oh, you're going to take a video of the fat dog and share it?
Yes. Switch the camera here.
Okay. So Clifton, what's coming up next for Bourbon Bites? What's on your radar?
Ooh, put me on the spot here. Okay. I really would like to do more with like local brands here in at least the West Coast. I feel like we see so much distilleries, East Coast, maybe like Texas area, but there's a lot of distilleries out here on the West Coast that I feel like don't get quite as much attention. So my goal in the next year is to highlight more of them, see what they're up to, even if it's not whiskey. Like, let's see what distillate they're making, whether it's gin or rum. I would love to see more of that. But yeah, I'm like really big into exploring more craft whiskeys this year. I've been through the Buffalo Traces, I've been through the Heaven Hills, I've been through the Jim Beams, and I love them. But why not highlight the small distilleries that we don't see very regularly? So that's kind of my goal for the next year or so.
Sure. Now, we've had a couple samples from LA Distilling from Mark Gale, the Beach Bourbon, and I think it was the High Tide Rye, I think.
Something like that.
Have you tried those? Or
I
any
have
thoughts on
not. That is one of the ones I've reached out to but haven't heard back. But guess what? They are a 10-minute walk from my workplace. So I'm going to show up.
Wow.
I'm going to show up and just like see if they're willing to collaborate. So but no, yeah.
I bet
no.
they'd love to.
Yeah, and I've heard that they don't check their PR email, which is fine, which is totally fine. But it's like, I really want to explore more local spirits. My friend Brandon, who comes to my channel every Saturday, not every Saturday, but every other Saturday, and showcases local spirits on the West Coast. There's some really great stuff out there. There's some unique stuff, and I think my goal this year is to explore more of the craft distilleries. At least that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, we love supporting local. A
We
lot
luck
of
out and have a lot of good local distilleries around us.
yeah. So I don't know where California ranks, but Washington I think is like in the top 5 nationally for micro distilleries.
Oh, we are much
Distilleries.
less,
The
much
number of
less.
distilleries.
We do not have very many here. I will say that.
Okay.
I think we are the third highest.
Third highest. Okay.
For the most distilleries in the state. And I think that's because our state is very friendly to distilleries. They can do tastings and sell from the
That
distillery.
extra tax
It's
revenue.
probably the taxes. But it has led to a lot of good and fun and interesting distilleries. We've only filmed at one distillery, and that was in Vancouver, Washington. It was, well, I can only think of their logo. It's like a wolf. What is Quartz Mountain?
Quartz Mountain.
Quartz Mountain, and they're pretty new, so their stuff is.
They're only available in Washington State, by the way.
Yeah, their stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's not like crazy old, so it's it's new and kind of young. And
yeah, Washington's got this interesting law that if you're a distiller in Washington, you can ship direct to consumer in Washington.
Interesting. Okay.
But they cannot ship out of state.
Well, they got to get the licenses for each state or whatever. But this distillery, it was fun to meet them, and it was fun to try a lot of their stuff. And I'm interested to see where they go, because a lot of their stuff is young and they're aging in small barrels, which gives a different flavor and that kind of thing. But I think that if they can be successful enough to like keep going, I think they have the possibility of being good.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, they also make their own moonshine is where they're making their money. Instead of sourcing vodka and whatnot, they're making their own flavored moonshines without sugar. They're just like using real ingredients and that kind of thing. And we're not into that kind of stuff, but they are. We actually went to a bar last
week.
Just a few days ago. On Tuesday, I took a certification test for work, and I passed it. So I'm
studied for 2 months.
So I'm getting a little bit of a raise, and
that's awesome! Congratulations. That's very.
And so
cool.
we went and celebrated in Portland, and went to some bars and that kind of thing. And we actually saw this brand on like their cocktail list. That they were using that brand, and I was like, well, that's awesome that they're doing a good enough job, that they're getting their name out there to be able to keep selling, so that hopefully they can age their whiskey long enough for it to be, really good.
Right.
Yeah, and when we went to their distillery and filmed with their their main guy Daryl Kyle, they had were just on the verge of releasing their first bottled in bond. That's how new they are.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they opened during COVID, so interesting. And Bourbon and Balls says number 9 of 2021.
As of 2021.
I don't know what I saw that said it was number 3, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. They're at the top of the states for a number of distilleries. Probably depends what they count as.
I was going to say I'm also very far behind in the chat, but I see that Chip was saying that there are a lot of craft distilleries in South Carolina that are excellent. I would love to hear about those. There was one that I was a big fan of. They mostly did moonshine, but they also did rum, but they closed down very, very quickly. So Chip, please hit me up. I would love to reach out to them. I mean, I love appreciating my home state of the Carolinas. Sorry, I'm way behind in the chat, so I apologize. I just saw that comment. I wanted to highlight it.
Well, thank you. Top Dog, if you're still in chat, I guess we did just get your number from Katie Turk. So thanks for sending us your number so we can reach out to you. But I need to get the dog on the camera.
Yeah,
Wake up.
she's got, you got to add it to the stage.
Well, I'm waiting for the dog to wake up so he's not laying with his butt towards me.
Come here. Oh, I gotta mute myself.
Aww.
We'll do that.
Highwire. I've had Highwire in Charleston, actually.
Anyway, that's him.
There we go.
So someone in the chat mentioned Highwire. Love the distillery in Charleston. I bought this as single barrel a couple years back. Have not opened it, but I really appreciate their stuff.
Okay. So we did get a couple more Venmos from people. I just want to let you know that
So we actually received it,
Yeah.
so thank you.
Let me open up Venmo. Ragin' Cajun was one. We got yours.
I forgot what you poured for me.
West Virginia Bourbon Guy, we got yours. Steven Scone, we got yours. And Rye Guy, Charles O'Lul, we got yours. So you guys will all be added to the wheel for the paid giveaway here in just a little bit.
I forgot you poured me the sample, and it's just been sitting here, and I haven't taken a sip yet.
Not
It's
a sample.
Or whatever, pour.
That's our pick.
Yes, and it has been several months since we've had any Westward, and this is fantastic. So I'm happy to have some.
So Tom Black, he needs to get himself an Old Fashioned Ways plus Glencairn.
I didn't even know.
I didn't even know Doc had them. So
Oh, he says he doesn't.
okay. I was gonna say, if you have them, we need one too.
Yeah, we have a lot of Glens with a lot of different channels on them. So.
Yeah, and as you can
stickers.
tell, the wall behind us, we do collect stickers from every channel. Clifton, I noticed you gave us this refrigerator magnet. It is going to end up on our wall back here.
I was gonna say, if you want a sticker, I can send it. I didn't know if you wanted a sticker. I saw your wall. I'm like, those magnets are stickers, so I send you a magnet.
Yeah.
But if you want
Well,
a sticker, if that's helpful.
I mean,
These
the
are-
magnet will work because there's some that are like, we got wood chip and we got a bottle topper up here. I mean, we'll just attach it. It don't matter what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I've seen your backdrop. I'm like, oh, are those stickers or magnets? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, this is a deconstructed Elijah Craig barrel.
Wow, that's awesome. So cool.
Yeah, we'll put your image on there, and you'll be just part of the lore that is Baker Drinks.
Love
Saturday
it.
night
Thank
live
you.
stream.
Thank you for featuring me.
Of course. This has been a great time. I just so look forward to these Saturday nights and hanging out with friends and meeting new people and getting to know people better and whatnot.
So, Dennis, SLB Drinks did do a live stream from Westward, and they did it the day that they were bottling our pick. So, like, they were like, hey, your pick is getting bottled right now, and then they went live that same day. So, I wonder if they tried our stuff or not, since it was, like, actually getting bottled at the same time they were there. But, we have never met them or talked to them, so unsure, but I'd be interested to know if they did. It's a very small distillery because we've been there several times because it's close, and it's like the mash tank, is it a pot still?
Mm-hmm. And Top
Well, it's
Dog,
like a
we'd
blend,
be
I
happy
guess.
to put your sticker up here too, buddy.
And then their bottling line, which is, about this big, it's tiny, and that's it. That's the whole place other than a little tasting room. So I feel like they had to have been like, hey, what are you, bottling up there? Maybe we can try it. But we never found out.
Yeah, and Vermont, you're 100% correct. If Doc ever does a Glencairn, it needs to say #UpDog.
What's up, Doug?
That was like the best short ever. Doc Martinez from Old Fashioned Ways Plus he had done his live stream and he was feeling real good, and they did an after hours hangout, and Matt from Whiskey Wisdom was like, how's your up dog doing? And Doc, being the drunk guy that he was like, what's up, dog? It fell right into it, and it was hilarious.
And then, of course, it was filmed, so then they had to make a short of it.
Yep.
He was so happy that night. Yes, you were.
Thankfully,
just happy.
the first-
You were so happy.
The first time I fell for that, I was not on camera or was not so I feel for you. But yes, I fell for that as well.
I feel like I would fall for it tomorrow if someone said it to me. I'm like, I don't understand. What's up, dog? And I've heard it plenty of times, and I still would just be wrong. Just be wrong.
Do you want a little Master Pick 15?
I'm
You're still working on your
I'm at that point where
chocolate
I'm like
hazelnut
barely
brownie.
drinking.
Laura's winding down for the night, y'all.
Listen, that's a great one to end on. It's incredible.
Yeah, interesting stuff. So, of all of the samples you drank tonight, Clifton, which was your favorite of all four?
Oh, you know what? Honestly, It was really the cherry sex bomb. Honestly, that surprised me so much. I wasn't expecting it to be so rich, so desserty, and such a incredible pour. I'm sad that I didn't get a bottle of it, but I'm very, very excited to see more from you guys and more from Westward.
Yeah, and for me, my favorite sample from you had to be the single cask nation.
It's a fun one.
was-
It's definitely
That
different and
was fun,
unique.
Yeah.
I'm so honored that you shared that whiskey with me. That's a super rare thing to have a
Listen.
24-year-old.
Listen, like I saw your
bourbon.
title. Well, first of all, like I've been wanting to be on your channel for a long time. Like I miss being with you guys and hanging out with you guys. But I was like, you know what? You said the most interesting whiskeys in the world. I'm like, you know what? This is very interesting. And I want to share it with friends that will appreciate it. So that's why I sent it your way. So.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thanks so much, because that whiskey is really, really good.
I also that Knob Creek 10-year.
Yes.
If that was available and everywhere all the time, I would drink that constantly.
Same.
No, we're
I'm
going
right there with
on a-
you. Like it's rare that I leave the country and then like buy a bottle when I'm leaving the country and I'm willing to take it back with me. But that's the one. Next time I leave the country, I'm buying a bottle of that, and just huddling it and keeping it in my possession. And I'm bringing it back because that was so good.
Yeah, we're going on a Mexican cruise for Christmas this year.
You know what? I'm going on a Mexican cruise in 10 days with my mom.
Oh, wow.
She's never done a cruise. I did my first one last year, and I feel like my mom would be a person that would really appreciate a cruise. So we're actually going to Cabo and Ensenada in 10 days. So I'm very excited. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the it's Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and
Mazatlan.
And
Oh my gosh. I've not been to Mazatlan, but I love Puerto Vallarta. Where are you guys cruising out of?
Long Beach.
Long Beach, yeah.
Long Beach. Well, I am only like 40 minutes away from there. So if you have time before, please let me know. I'd love to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
Sounds awesome, 'cause we'll fly in the day before just to make sure we don't miss
Yeah,
it.
it'll be the week of Christmas. So if you're
Oh,
home
the week
still
of Christmas.
and you're-
Okay, I'm not sure where I'll be the week of Christmas, but if I'm around, I'd love to meet you for
Yeah.
drinks or food or something.
Yeah, we're literally doing Christmas on a cruise.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's awesome.
That way we're skipping all the family traditions and stressful.
Listen, sometimes you need a break. You need a break from that.
Yes, I love my family and I love all that stuff, but sometimes it's just a lot of work and I want to just relax for
So-
Christmas.
I feel you. I feel you 100%.
We may absolutely love it, and it might be our new tradition. We might hate it and miss family.
Neither of us have been on a cruise
But
before.
we're not
so-
going to know.
I did my
until we
first
know.
cruise last year. I did my first cruise. I've never done it. I love traveling, but I've never done a cruise. I will say there's a specific type of vacation that you can appreciate on a cruise, which is why I'm taking my mom. My mom is very chill. She just likes to lay out and experience the beach. So I'm like, for her that would be great. For me personally, it's like hit or miss, but like I encourage everyone to at least do it once because I feel like you can experience the experience and see if it's worth it for you or not.
Yeah, I think Troy will really like it.
I mean, I was in the Navy. I've done plenty of cruises.
Well, they're different. You were
It's-
underwater. He was on a
It's so
submarine.
touristy.
also.
Listen,
it's very
it's so
different.
touristy, but like you gotta accept the fact that this is the most touristy thing you're gonna do in your life.
The best vacation for Troy is one where he does like nothing. Like absolutely
Cruises
nothing,
work.
whatever.
Cruises work great
and so
for
I'm
that.
like, it could be perfect for him.
Yes,
And I'm the
yes.
type of person that usually plans way too many things that we do on a vacation.
Me. That's
so
me.
It's
You're me.
It's very contrasting.
Yeah.
And I think we could get a mix of both because we could
Yeah.
when we go to the stops, we can do a bunch of stuff and then we can do nothing on other days.
Sure.
I will say Puerto Vallarta is one of my favorite cities in the world. So if you want suggestions or recommendations, please let me know. But I hope you guys have a great time because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We would love to have your recommendations. And GT Mustang, we got you. We'll get you some stickers.
Yeah. Yes, Cast 529. He was a submariner.
Look at, I taught her well.
No, actually, it was.
It's Submariner.
It was not you. It was Northwest Bourbon.
Yeah.
Mark always says,
He always says
Submariner.
Submariner, and I'm like, it's Submariner.
but I was just pronouncing it because that's how he says it. I would never say it that way normally.
Nobody does, unless you're a Submariner.
I've never heard you say it that way. I feel like it's a military thing, but I'm missing out.
I see Chip's comment about cruises to the Caribbean. I agree, but guess what? I'm 30 minutes from the port in California. I prefer not having to fly somewhere, so I get you. I'm sure the Caribbean ones are better, but for someone who lives here, it's way, way easier.
So that's the same reason how we picked that one. Troy hates being on a plane, and it's only a 2-hour plane ride to go down there versus, like all day long to get to Florida. And, that's like 2 extra days of our vacation just flying if we go to Florida versus just going down to California. But I think eventually we might want to, if we like this cruise, I would also like to do an Alaska one. And then
Me too. That's actually.
I think it would be fun.
I love to hear that because that's going to be our next cruise. This is with my mom, but next time I'm with my partner, we're going to go to Alaska. So that's the goal.
I think the goal is to eventually have like a whiskey tube cruise.
Okay, I am very interested. I would
could be
love
fun.
to. But you're not allowed to bring your own whiskey on board. So like, how do you?
Yeah, and they
make
don't
that
have
work?
just how people do like their meetups or whatever.
Shampoo,
Be like, hey,
their
we're
shampoo
doing a
bottles.
cruise, and
Yes.
so one of our friends here that does a lot of cruises, he brought. We do a quarterly Patreon whiskey tasting, and he brought all the samples on his cruise, and
He's doing the same thing for the next quarterly tasting.
and was able to bring all the samples on so that he could do the tasting with us. And then we're going to do one again in June, and he's going to be on a cruise again, and he'll be doing it again with us. So
You need to introduce me to this person because that sounds amazing. I would love to do that.
He's in chat, so I'll let him announce himself there.
Reach out after the stream. We'll figure it out.
If Troy is going to be cooped up in a metal tube, he wants to sink on command.
That's right. If I'm going to sink, I want to know that I'm going to surface again.
How about we just don't sink?
Well,
Yeah, that's not something to like aspire for on a cruise.
The ships I was on were designed to sink.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't come back up.
Very, very rare.
Oh,
There was one like a few years ago.
Like two American nuclear submarines ever.
Okay.
You're talking 10s.
They'll have fun on
thousands
those.
of
I'm gonna be on
dives.
my Carnival cruise ship. I'm gonna be.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Yeah, we're doing what are we doing? We're not doing Carnival. We're doing
We're doing Royal.
Royal Caribbean.
Nice. Yeah, Carnival is just the one that the default one out of here, so it's so cheap for us for
And that's
Los
what
Angeles,
Scotty
but-
cruises on.
No, Scotty does Princess.
I thought he did Carnival.
Princess is Carnival. It's their like more luxury option.
Oh, okay. Well, he was the one we were talking about, and he said that we should give you his email. So.
EMC, late as fuck, but had to pop on Cliffy Bus for a bit.
Well, thanks, EMC, for showing up.
All right, so shall we give away some more whiskey?
Yeah, I think we're at that point. We should give away some free whiskey and then some...
We'll give away
Other
some.
stuff.
We'll do the freebie, we'll do the Patreon, then we'll do the paid, and then we'll do the hangout.
So if anyone hasn't entered #bourbon, you've got a very short period of time. Enter it, and then I will do the spin.
#bourbon, 4 2-ounce samples from our private collection. No danger, oh no, it's not rigged. It's #bourbon.
Rigf is what he said. He spelled it wrong. He was
Yep.
so into putting rigged that he still couldn't get it right.
Clifton, you're in. You're in for the giveaway.
You weren't supposed to see that. That was secret. That was secret.
It's all good, brother.
Listen, if I happen to win, I'm going to give it to one of my folks that I asked to come be part of this hangout. So
Perfectly fine.
Dollar bill, we got you.
Might have been drinking. Yep, I believe it. Okay, good, long enough. We're going to spin.
It's
Okay.
spinning.
You've had like an hour, so
Christian Mojica, I'm pretty sure we got you in there.
probably. Prescription bourbon.
oh,
DM-
DMC,
DMC.
nice. Congratulations.
DMC, are you still present, buddy?
You got to be here to win. But you know, it's always delayed, so it takes a while.
Yeah.
We gotta give you time.
This is kind of our reward to you for like
watching us
hanging out and putting up with all our crap all night.
all night long. I gotta start creating.
And Gandhi, I'm sure you're sad you didn't win again.
He wanted double the lane.
Well, he won last week, and then Dave won the paid giveaway, and then he wanted to give it to Gandhi because he was afraid of tequila.
Oh, he didn't get it?
So Gandhi.
Oh,
got
he's here.
two
He's
of our
here.
packets.
He's here.
All right, DMC, I got you down, buddy.
Okay. I missed that where Dave didn't want the tequila and gave it away.
Dave was afraid of the tequila.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Okay, now I gotta start creating our wheel.
No, we're gonna do the patron one.
Okay, well, I still gotta open it.
Yeah. And then you create the wheel.
Okay. Okay, so
All that work you did last week, just erase it. Yeah, Laura has to like manually type everybody in. So when she gets it all done, we'll show it on the screen for a couple minutes so you can check and verify your names are on there.
okay, do I have? I got Chris Jenkins. I just need to add Whiskey Wisdom.
Whiskey Wisdom, yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this will be the patron giveaway. This is for the Backbone Decades Down and the Backbone Drill Sergeant Dunny's Private Reserve. Both fantastic bourbons.
Well, let's see who wins.
The list is getting shorter and shorter.
But appears to
course.
be the newest
Good Lord.
patron. Enjoy. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Thank you for joining our
Joined last
Cheers.
night.
Oh,
dollar
that's
bill.
great.
We've still got like 18 glasses left, so if you really want one of them,
Dollar Bill bought 2 glasses last night. I packaged them up today. They'll be in the mail.
Oh yeah, he did buy.
Yeah, they'll be in the mail on Monday.
Well, he was asking, so I thought maybe he was wanting to buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got through half of them, and you
Yeah,
know,
they're half gone.
we're like we said, we're only losing like $1 on them, so it's not like crazy, but at least we're getting rid of them. Is all we were.
I'd say about $3.
$1 less, $2,
Like $3.
whatever. Close enough. It's not that much money.
Yeah.
So we're just happy to get
You
rid
guys
of them.
are
and
incredibly generous to
Thank you.
help us absorb that. You're going to be happy with the glasses. They're good glasses. Just don't look at the picture.
Well, unless you want to look at it like through the whiskey, like the artist told us to do, and then they're really nice apparently.
So I've got brown liquid in the glass. Let me tilt it back and look. So it's totally out of focus for me, and maybe it worked. I don't know.
You're like, if I drink enough whiskey, it looks great.
You
But
drink,
yes,
you drink enough whiskey,
we aren't
everything
trying
looks
to
great.
convince people that they're amazing because
Let me give you the Venmos real quick.
Okay. While I type, and you can look that up. I forgot about all these super chats from earlier. Thank you again for everyone that entered them.
You guys are amazing.
Not required, but we definitely appreciate it to, offset the cost of us sending all this stuff out every week.
Just a little foreshadowing. Next week's super chat giveaway is going to be phenomenal. Unicorn.
Yes, I think so. Here's a hint for anyone that knows me and what kind of whiskey I like. I think Troy likes to give away my favorite whiskeys more than he likes to give away his favorite whiskeys. But I'm perfectly okay with that. So anyone, that might be a hint to anyone that knows me.
I give away plenty of turkey, but next week there's going to be some Coy Hill and some Jack 14.
Yes. There we go. I guess we don't even have to hint. He's just going to say it. That's what we're giving away next week. So enjoy. This is...
That's Raging Cajun.
Raging Cajun. Okay. I don't want to put the wrong name. You know, I don't know how to spell. How do you spell Raging Cajun? Is it a G? I J?
That's perfect right there.
Sorry, everyone. My spelling is awful, and so when you see your name on the wheel, it's going to be wrong, and just be okay with it. I got it, babe. You can just keep talking.
All right. So, Clifton, are you in Matt Madness this time around?
Not this year. As far as I'm aware, I'm not this year. But I've had great experiences in the past few years. So I wish the best of luck to people that are competing this year. I hope you guys are prepared because it's a shit show. But it's fun. Yeah. It's fun. So congratulations to anyone that's competing.
I figured you were going to be in it because of your video last time that he didn't actually use.
Me too. Anyways, yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But listen, it's I've been in it for several years. I'm very excited for the new folks in it. I'm so glad to see some of the channels that have been up and coming be part of it. So I'm very excited to see how they do.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I was hoping to see you in it. That's all I was saying. I was rooting for you.
We always root.
I appreciate you. I really do.
Yeah. It's just not the same this year. It's a little different, right? There's for one, there's no Shelf Turds music,
which is amazing. Yes.
And
wait, is there no? Wait, are they not doing music? Because that.
There is music.
They're doing music, but it's like AI generated.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay.
Which it's still good, but it's just not as good because he did such a good job with that.
I honestly,
David was amazing.
David and Kira, I love them so much. They are so incredible. They're just good friends. They're supportive of every channel here. They're incredible.
Yeah, I'm guessing with them, quitting their channel that maybe that had.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So I guess we should just email Matt and be like, "Why the hell isn't Cliff in this?"
No.
Yes, we need
listen,
the bus.
I have no hard
feelings.
We need to get
it going.
Listen. I have no hard feelings. If there was a reason for it, I'm okay with it. Like I'm not upset or anything.
There probably isn't.
But you don't know how many
times. Clearly,
an
oversight.
You don't know how many times I've been asked that, and I'm like, I literally have no information for you. I'm sorry, I've not been reached out to. I've been asked that several times, and like, I don't think I'm part of it this year, so it's fine. It's literally okay. Well, I love Matt. He's great.
You actually might be then, because I feel like
maybe you'll be a mystery.
He doesn't tell people till like 2 weeks before they're on.
Maybe you'll.
Well, that's what I said during my stream. Someone asked me during my stream this week. They were like, "Are you part of it?" I'm like, unless I'm like a mystery taster that hasn't been alerted, like I don't know. So. But it's okay. If not, it's fine. I've been part of it for 3 years. It's okay.
Yes. We just would like to see you on there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I enjoy being a part of it, and that's why
on him at all.
You guys promised me a trash palette challenge. I don't know what that is, but I want to be a part of it. So if it's later this year, make me part of it. I'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So at some point we will do it again. We were doing them, and then we kind of stopped doing it.
We've got
because we want to just kind of relax for the summer, and then we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So the plan was to be
it's
done
a lot of
prior
work.
to
I
summer.
agree.
Just because we wanted to relax through the summer and just do like some blinds and just us hanging out. So we've got one more next week, which is the Menage a Trash. It's Independent Joe, Z-Man, and Barrel House.
Which we rescheduled. We were actually going to do
and then we've got one more in July, which is going to be Storytime Distilling against Old Fashioned Ways,
which has been rescheduled twice.
Which was rescheduled twice. And then we're gonna, like I said, we're just gonna do some chill stuff through the summer. In the fall, we're gonna get back into our blending competition. We do instead of like an Advent tournament like a lot of channels do, we do a holiday blending tournament called Blendvent. We'll do that through the fall, and then probably in
January, February,
like late
March.
winter, January, February, March. We'll
see you again in a year.
We'll probably do some more trash pallet challenge stuff, but that does not mean during the summer we don't have room for like a challenge here and there. So if any of you out there watching want to challenge Clifton to a trash pallet challenge on our channel,
I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's go. Listen,
yes.
no, I love a good fun competition, and I love. That's the reason I love Madness. It's like, am I gonna suck? Probably, but guess what? I have a great time with great friends, and that's like what I want. So if you guys feel free, if someone wants to compete against me, let's go. Let's go. I will beat you, but let's go.
And some of the hardest part of our trash pallet challenge is that it's half interview challenge and half whiskey challenge. So like the actual like winner that we claim is based on the whiskey questions, but we also ask like difficult interview type questions that make people uncomfortable and that kind of thing.
I love
can
that.
Be funny.
I love that because my previous job, I used to interview students in my college and ask them like questions that made them uncomfortable. So I would love to be asked uncomfortable questions.
Yes. And Myron, I see that you say you still got your samples, so you're another one that we need to find time to reschedule. Not sure when it's going to happen, though.
Yeah, eventually we'll get back to it, but we definitely.
I'm available whenever. You guys know me.
Perfect.
East or West Coast. We'll do it.
All right, so let's do this final elevated flight giveaway, and then we're going to do the hangout.
Yes, so thank you all for being here. Definitely appreciate it. And let's see for the giveaway tonight.
Yeah, let them make sure they see their name on there.
Okay, we'll scroll up to the top. Jeff Drinks, Candy Road, Bob Glass, Jeremy Dirks, Rob, Shit Show Supervisor, Scotty, Keith G, Top Dog, Raging Cajun, West Virginia Bourbon Guy, Steven Scone, Charles, Top Dog, Dave, Chip, Joe B, Whiskey Wisdom, Rob Rhodes, Mark Gale, spelled your name wrong, don't worry about it, Mr. Richie J, Rick Moreland, Bourbon Neophyte, Old Fashioned Ways, Jeremy Dirks, GTE Mustang.
Yeah, if you super chatted or sent a Venmo tonight and you do not see your name on there, speak up quick.
Scotty, I will challenge as long as it's Scotch. Well, that could be fun. We haven't done.
Listen, Scotty, you know what? I'm working my way through Scotch. It's not my favorite, but I do appreciate it. So like, let's go. Let's go. I will fail. I will lose.
So would we.
I think it's like the opposite. So what's the youngest Scotch that you're tasting tonight?
It's the oldest, yeah. I think I got everyone in there for that, so I'm going to shuffle it 3 times.
Bourbon Neophyte's in for some Scotch, too.
Let's spin the wheel.
Oh, it's going.
Yep, I think we could have we will figure something out. We will definitely get you back on the show, because oh my gosh. No, wait.
Are you shitting me?
Matt,
oh my gosh, that's so close.
Like, how do you win twice in one night? Come on now.
Hashtag rigged.
Yeah, exactly. 2 times in one night. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat here for our hangout. And then I will put the link
Matt,
in our...
you get a sample of your own pick.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so then I'm going to put the link also in the description of our video. So if anyone, in an hour decides they want to hang out and see if we're still on, then you can click the link and find us.
Yeah, we're going to switch over to Google Meet. We can have 100 people with us in Google Meet, so that...
We expect there to be about 15, and that's perfectly okay. Don't worry, there's not going to be
100.
There's not going to be 100 people, and it's not going to be
Listen,
that.
I'm inviting my
crazy
folks too. They're gonna
people.
join us, so it should be fun.
Okay.
Absolutely, Clifton. We would love to have you and your whole Discord.
Okay, so I have it.
There's not that many. Don't worry, it'll be like another
well.
10 people.
That's amazing. If we have 10 more, and now it's in the description of the video. It's in So I guess I should just open it up as well, and we can say goodnight to everyone.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We had a hell of a good time with Clifton. We drank 5 very interesting whiskeys and 5 very different whiskeys. You only got 4 from us. I apologize. We owe you a whiskey.
I drank 9 whiskeys. I drank my own whiskeys and your whiskeys, so I'm having a really good time tonight.
Wow. Okay. I drank 2 of ours as well, so
There we go.
I've only had 7. I'm 2 behind you.
And a cocktail.
Yeah, we did have a cocktail. Yeah.
So thank you all for being here, and have a great night. Cheers.
Yeah, love you guys.